Welcome back.
Welcome back. Too many podcasts.
Too many podcasts. And we're here today with our manager, Nico,
Welcome,
Hello.
Nico.
here to join us
Thank
Finally, we can get him on a podcast.
and get him on a podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, something big happened over the week. Andrew Tate.
Andrew
You guys
Tate
already know where I'm going with this. Andrew Tate became Muslim.
became a Muslim.
Yeah.
That was very big for me. I was very happy to hear this. And
It was nice.
yeah, it really made up my day.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
Yeah. So talking about Andrew Tate, I love talking about Andrew Tate.
I know you do.
Yeah. So let's start. Let's wind back to Andrew Tate's first podcast, or like the first couple ones that he did. He talked a lot about like Islam and how like it's like the right religion and how like they don't play around and all of that. So we kind of already censored that Andrew Tate wasn't going to become a Muslim. It was just a matter of time.
Mm.
So the whole point us bringing this story up is because us as Muslim, when somebody like Andrew Tate was such a character become a Muslim, it's something big for us, you know. It's like we're proud of that, and hopefully he can change the things he did in the past, and Allah would forgive him for all the things he done, inshallah.
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 So, Andrew Tate actually also talked a lot about Christianity. He said he used to donate a lot of money to churches, this and that. But he was always leaning between Christianity and Islam. And he actually was also featured on the Dean Show.
Yeah.
And on the Dean Show, he was being asked about Islam and whatnot. And he wasn't a Muslim. But I kind of had a feeling that, you know, he had enough respect for Islam that he'd learn about it.
Consider it, you know.
Consider it, yeah.
Mhm.
And now he's Muslim. It's like big news. And a lot of people are getting mixed feelings on it. So what I noticed on seeing this trending on social media is a lot of people are saying either like, hey, well, that's good for him. Like, you know, another chance to better himself and become a better person, whatnot. And then there's other people who are like bashing him for it. Like, oh, you think just because of this and that, like, you're going to be okay. Like after everything you said. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, I get it. He said a lot of screwed up shit, you know?
Yeah.
He did. And like there was a lot of stuff that I heard about him that he said and like I didn't agree with it. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, if he found Islam and he can better himself as an individual, like let's not shit on this guy. You know what I mean? Like let's see what he can become now. That he changed his life and that he's trying, you know, and that he found Islam. So let's see where this takes him, because obviously becoming a Muslim, it's going to change your everyday life. It's going to change your outlook. It's going to change how you treat people, how you look at things. So in Islam, we believe that when you become a Muslim, all your past sins, alhamdulillah, are forgiven.
Yes.
So inshallah, he becomes a better person now that his slate is clean. The slate of Tate, you know. That was mad corny.
Just a little bit.
What's your point of view, Nico, on this?
Well, yeah. As someone who's a revert to Islam myself, like Matt and like Andrew Tate, it's a life-changing experience, and you know, it's not really too common where you hear someone who has like a lot of fame and notoriety like around their name, like who's very trending, who find Islam, who do the right thing. Usually we see people go on like a downhill spiral after they get really famous, but Andrew seems like he's actually doing better for himself with the fame and
Yeah.
with the attention he's getting, and his influence is actually to be a positive impact on the community, which is like really cool. And this is actually going to help his image.
It is. I mean, especially like Islam has so much like rules and borders that you can't cross that he was crossing before. Hopefully he should like look into it and learn about that, you know.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't like hold him accountable for the stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? He's
yeah.
a brand new Muslim, you know, so it's like
Clean slate.
he didn't even drop a video himself like talking about this yet, because he said he wanted time. And like we can like respect that, you know what I'm saying? It's a life-changing decision, you know. It's not like something easy to do, you know.
One thing I don't like is how, you know, here he is trying to better himself and whatnot, and people are still shitting on this guy. It's like, okay, number one, and I'm not, nobody has the right to judge but God.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, why is everybody judging these people? Of course, he said some stuff that people didn't like to hear, but there's also plenty of people who do the same shit, and just because it's not on camera, or they're not a huge public figure or have like influence, it's like they're not held accountable as much, or people don't care as much. Where it's just like, okay, he's trying, he's doing better, like. Let's ease up on the shit talking on this guy. Like, let's see where he's going to be, you know? Hey, if he still does the same shit, then it's like, I guess it's a different story. But then again, still no one has the right to judge. But especially if he betters himself, Islam, like if it betters him, and people are still bringing up his past, it's like people have the power to change. There's been so many people who have had even worse past that have changed for the
Yeah.
better. And it's like, why sit there and hold it over their head if they're trying? It's one thing if they didn't try, they didn't care, and they didn't feel guilty. But if they're like, you know what, maybe what I did wasn't right. Maybe this wasn't cool. Maybe I should better myself. And then you find Islam, and you're trying. Why shit on somebody that's trying? You know what I mean? It's like, isn't that what you want?
And it should be for every religion, not just for Islam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
life is all about like trying new things. It's all about like bettering yourself, looking what can make you better as a person. And like Andrew Tate, he's doing that for himself. I don't think he's doing it for attention. A lot of people thought he was doing that for attention, and I don't think he is. He doesn't need attention.
I don't think he is either.
He had
doesn't have
much
of a
attention.
he doesn't have much of a platform anymore.
Yeah,
Like I found out about this through other platforms. Like he doesn't have a platform.
Rumble. That's like the only platform he's really on right now is Rumble.
I don't even know if is he still on it.
So I don't think
I
he's doing
believe
it for
so.
clout. And like Matt said, we should definitely give him time. I mean, like, who are we to even sit there and talk about him and talk what he done and what he can be? Like this, bro. I watched videos like some Muslim. Oh, if he joins Islam, I'm not a Muslim anymore. Like, are you
ridiculous.
serious,
That's
bro? Like,
ridiculous. That's just sad.
Yeah, it is. And then, and what makes it more sad is it's coming from its own people. You know what I'm saying? Like from
Be your own people sometimes.
And it's crazy, bro. And like our religion teach us like to welcome anybody, no matter who they are, what they did in their past. You know what I'm saying?
And we only know like what he shows us. We know his online personality, and of course he wants to branch out and be different. For all we know, he can be a totally different person off camera. Like from what we see. So kind of like Tekashi 69, like the guy who he was on camera. Everyone who met him behind the scenes is like, he's such a nice guy. He helps people. He gives money to the charity. Like he has that image, but who is that person when the cameras are away?
Yeah.
So like what we see of Andrew, maybe he is actually like the total opposite in real life. So don't judge off of what you see on camera. Not all of it's like,
and especially somebody who's trying to help himself to become a better person.
Right.
You know what I mean? He like I would be disappointed if he did leave Islam, but I mean, life is all about trying, and like religion is not something you can play with. It has to be from faith. You have to believe in it.
And not only that, it's like in Islam, especially since we know about Islam, he's not only helping himself. Reality, he's helping other people. Like in Islam, like how big is good deeds and zakat and like helping poor people and being a good person, like your neighbor and all these other things. Like maybe he wasn't the best person before. I mean, I've heard that he did donate stuff and whatnot. And like that's none of my business, but it was out there. And like obviously that's a good deed, whether you like him or not. Like we can agree, like there's some good things he done. And if this all of a sudden him becoming a Muslim now, if he's taking care of the needy and helping charity out and helping people and being a good person, like you're really gonna sit there and like still continue to shit on somebody?
right.
Like,
I feel like that helps him level up more too. Like he's making progress. Like this is just a major like milestone for him, and it's just gonna keep getting better. Especially if he like stays with Islam, and inshallah, like he'll keep progressing.
I think that he just got citizenship in Dubai.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sort of think that's why he took a shahada, I think. Yeah, so he's a citizen in Dubai. I feel like he's gonna move out of Romania and live in Dubai. Everybody's going to Dubai. Everybody's moving out there.
It makes me
where the money is.
It makes me think too. Like if he does get his platform back and he goes back to streaming and whatnot, like you think he's gonna like change everything, like change his approach?
I don't think he would.
You think he's gonna talk about the same stuff?
No, I think he's waiting for Elon Musk to go fully with the Twitter thing, because Elon Musk said he's not gonna filter anything anymore. So that's another backbone. You can go and say whatever you want on Twitter. Shout out to Twitter.
Yeah.
What would you do if he's like he went back on the platform? He's like, I'm Muslim now, and he said like 10 times worse stuff.
That would be funny.
Like, oh, like this whole podcast, everything. We're like, maybe he's a good guy. Give him a chance. He's
All
just, like,
hope is
10
lost.
times worse. It's just like saying more radical shit, just making us look bad. Like, I'm playing.
I love Andrew Tate's sense of humor. He has a sense of humor.
He does have a sense of humor. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
What color
Well,
is
like,
the guy?
This podcast is not going to be long. We just wanted to run through Andrew Tate real quick because I felt like it was a very good topic to share and talk about. The end of the story, we should definitely give him space and let him be what he wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Like when you guys go do stuff, you want stuff. Nobody's on top of you, judging you, telling you that you can't.
Because you don't have a camera in your face, and it's not.
So let him be what he wanted. Right? I mean,
imagine,
he has rights as much as.
Imagine if you had a camera on your face that constantly was like, putting whatever you say like on like top news in the media. Like if you said one thing even out of context or something that was like
You're
even
running
somewhat
with it.
distasteful, then you're a bad person. It's
Yeah.
like, but people don't have these cameras in front of it. Nobody's perfect. Like people say shit sometimes, and it's just like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know, it's just when you have a camera in your face and it's on the media, now all of a sudden everybody labels you as a bad person. You know, so that's another challenge
I
with
think
So leave
people
the
that
fucking guy alone. Leave him alone. Let him
leave
be.
Andrew Tate alone.
We should start that. Leave Andrew Tate alone.
yeah.
Leave him alone. Leave him
No,
Yeah,
but-
let-
sorry.
go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Go
yeah. It's just like I think it just shows our state in America where like we let one person's opinion. So I just like
I think it's everywhere, not just in America.
right, but like just yeah, like in our generation today, it's just like one person has an opinion. I don't agree with it. It's radical. They're a bigot and cancel them.
That's it. He's wrong.
That's the problem.
Because if I don't agree with him,
Right.
he's wrong.
That's a problem, and like it's just crazy how like it's on the spotlight now, and luckily people like us, other platforms and other content creators are taking a stand, and they're like, hey, like I actually support Andrew Tate,
Well, because I'm not innocent, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
we
done
all
shit in
do
my
wrong.
life.
Yeah,
like,
me neither.
like, we all done shit. Like it's just like I don't have to tell you the shit I did, but it's just between my
Actually,
Lord.
that'd be a good. Why don't you tell us?
No,
Yusuf?
bro.
yeah, we have time.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, like everybody does shit that like maybe they regret it later or they didn't mean it, but like it's about what's you gonna do after.
Yeah,
Just
like
give
you-
this
you
guy,
evolve,
give
you
this, yeah, give this
Give him
guy
a
time.
chance. Yeah,
You know what I'm
Give him a
saying?
chance.
Like the guy, like yeah, he's been on social media all his life, but he's only been popping for what, a year and a half, not even.
Yeah.
So like, definitely not for clout. Like all the people out there who's saying he's become a Muslim to gain all the Muslim fan, that's
No.
bullshit. He doesn't need the Muslim fan. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let the guy be. I'm gonna keep saying it. Let the guy be. He has rights like we do. You know what I'm saying? If you have the right to pick up and start over or do something or change your mind or have your own opinion, he's a human just like us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, I understand he said shit and a lot of people didn't disagree, like didn't agree with him, but that does not make him a bad person.
Yeah,
You know,
the punishment is way too big for the crime. He didn't really do anything that wrong to receive like all the stuff that he's been getting. Like banning from websites, banning from Instagram. Like social media. He didn't deserve that, in my opinion. I think it was a little too much.
Mm.
He wasn't attacking anybody.
He wasn't. He was just trying to not sugarcoat shit. He was
Right.
just trying to show it how it is. Like we had a blind over our eyes.
Mhm.
He took that blind off. He just
Right.
gave it to us like, yo, you guys don't see it clearly enough, and I just made it clear for you guys.
Right.
And a lot of people was like, it's kind of offensive. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's gonna
No,
ruffle
You
people's
can't make
feathers.
you can't make our men stronger. We need them weak. Like it's just stupid.
Right.
But that's not the topic for today. The topic is Andrew Tate. Leave him the fuck alone.
Leave Andrew Tate.
Thank you guys for checking back checking back up. Stay tuned, and this is Too Many Podcasts.
Yeah, and if you want to get to Andrew Tate, you got to get through us. Well, not us, but like Yusuf and Nico. You guys got to get through.
Andrew Tate for life.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys.